What's up with y'all, Moxy Mob? What's up with y'all? You know I was gonna mention y'all. Please do me a favor and keep liking this video like y'all been helping me out. Also watch this video all the way through to help me with the algorithm. Any of y'all know about the Jessica Reid situation? I did not know this situation was as messy as it is, man. Today I checked out probably one of the best lives I've seen in a long time. The lead attorney. Y'all need to go check out his channel, man. He's been making a lot of waves lately. I definitely think this guy's definitely needed for the Black Manosphere. He's probably gonna become the official lawyer of the Black Manosphere. He had a live stream today that was just off the chain, man. A lot of stuff it started off very simple and went into so many different directions. We gonna break it down though. The lead attorney had a stream today that it started off with the focus on stealing. Now, y'all know over here on Moxy Approved, that's a topic we talk about. That's another video that I may or may not make. But he started off talking about stealing in the real world and on YouTube. It's a problem in both. It's a huge problem on YouTube. Very big problem. We went through some of that stuff over here on this channel. So he brought in some folks for the panel. There was one guy on this panel, I didn't understand why he was there, but he made a big difference on his panel as far as what I feel like was negative energy. And that's Tommy Sotomayor. But we gonna get to him. The lead attorney had this panel. The first guy he had on there is this guy named Jon Chrymes. Now, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Now, the reason why he had him on there is that there was a documentary done by Jon about Jessica Reid, who is the accuser of Charlamagne on his alleged violation that he did years ago. You know, we don't want to say that R word. But Jon did a documentary. Come to find out, a lot of the elements of the documentary was from a YouTuber called Choke No Joke, who did a documentary on Jessica Reid 3 years ago. So let's hear Jon talk about this situation.
Okay, here's a video that's been up for 3 years, and it got 30,000 views on it, and I want people to know my story. I take that, I add my own pieces to it that make it transformative. I put myself inside of it, I narrate, and then I add all the Charlamagne pieces where he contradicts himself. Choke No Joke, let Jessica's story be told in her own words. She tells you what happened. In my video, you get multiple Charlamagne versions. You get other things that Charlamagne's done that has spread out over the internet from the Jennifer Lopez situation. I put it to a whole big cohesive story. So that's transformative information. If you're Jessica Reid and you see that in 4 days, the video got 400,000 views and her story is telling. Now you go to Choke video and you can see all his new comments. They're coming from my video because I'm telling them to go to his. So if Choke is thinking about himself, they're still watching you, bro.
So yeah, he talks about his situation. He's kind of putting it out there like it's fair use. He puts it down as fair use. A lot of people would disagree with that. But he staked his claim. Now, soon after this, the guy who made the original documentary, Choke No Joke, showed up to the stream, right? So guess what happened with Jon?
We got Choke in the back, but if you don't want to be up here with him, do you want to try Jon to have a civil conversation?
I don't want to change that on my name. I do it like this right here. We can do it like this. Mm-hmm. Choke, if you want to have a mature conversation, you've reached out to me before. We do it behind the scenes, and then we go live for the people and have a mature conversation that way.
We just saw that, there could have been some type of resolution between Choke and Jon, and they didn't want to talk.
He was out of there, So Choke No Joke, he comes on and tell his whole story.
All right. All right, Choke, listen. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it. I definitely want to give you the full floor.
To see this dude come on here, and the reason he didn't want to stay on here when I was coming on, because he know he's lying. And the reason I hung up is because you sitting here trying to soften the blow for this dude, and I'm sitting here watching him lie.
Now, I totally feel him. As a comedian, I've told y'all a few times, I've had a few of my jokes stolen. One of them made it all the way to Comedy Central. If y'all can help me get to 50,000 subs, I'll put that video out. This guy is a working comic on Comedy Central. Stole one of my jokes, right? So I know how it feels to get your work stolen and not get credit for it. But this situation seems like it got out of hand because it turned into a situation where people got mad at each other over $100. $100.
There's no one in the world that has ever gave me money for Jessica Reid. For her mother, anybody in her family. Not one time ever. So why would I now want to $100 from, I'm gonna ask this man for $100 for Jessica?
One thing that Choke No Joke does, he brings in Kwame Brown into this conversation. But the way he introduces Kwame Brown into the conversation is actually like Kwame Brown has been mentioning Jessica Reid just to get back at Charlamagne for what Charlamagne said to him about his family. I know my head is hurt. I'm getting a headache from it. So don't forget, this whole time, keep watching Tommy. He's in the middle of all this. Grown men just instigate.
Was out 2-3 years ago. You sitting
That's
here.
what I hate.
They like
I hate
y'all sitting here acting like Kwame Brown wasn't on on YouTube since 2013.
Go
Since 2013, ain't said nothing about it.
YouTube. He was there 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years
He
ago.
didn't say
Go
a
look
word.
at YouTube. He was there.
Listen, Choke, and I see where you're coming from. It seems like you're saying since he's been on YouTube since 2013, he could have talked about this, right?
He had the money to do it, then, from what he says.
Fair enough. Kwame Brown ends up showing up in the chat room.
They were talking about this place called Luby's. And at Luby's, there was this big shootout. But I never heard of it. But everybody in Texas knew about it.
And see, as you can see, Tommy is just loving all this. Just drama, stuff like this.
Well, no, you actually did say he was doing this to get a Charlamagne. You can't take it back. You did say that. I'm probably going to come back at another time, but I'm enjoying this.
But there was a silver lining to all this. Because then guess what happens? Jessica Reid herself shows up to the stream.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining the stream.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
No problem. What do you think about all this?
I am confused and I'm frustrated with the whole situation. And I really wish that Choke would have reached out to me and called me instead of going up here on your platform and speaking nonsense. Like, most of what he said is lies. And I'm
Hold on. First of all, you could have called mine.
Wait.
You had the opportunity to talk.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Jessica.
I sat here and I listened.
Jessica, okay. I'm gonna mute both of you for a second.
Now, when Jessica shows up, what you think happened? Choke No Joke jumps off the stream.
Like I said, I'm just frustrated by the whole ordeal. I have a lot going on. And the reason why you guys don't hear from me a lot is because mentally and emotionally, this is a lot for me to deal with still, even after 20 years. So the fact that I have to hear Choke on your platform speaking about what we should be talking about in private, it bothers me. The whole issue with the $100 and Choke trying to make it seem like did on him, I think that's exactly what he said. That is so false. I reached out to Choke because Jon informed me that he gave Choke $100 for me on my behalf to help me with my legal fees. Jon sent me a screenshot of the CashApp that he sent to Choke. And on the screenshot, it says, for Jessica Nicole Reid, $100. So I brought this to Choke's attention and I asked him, I said, why didn't you tell me this? And he said, well, because we weren't on speaking terms at that time. We had just gotten into an argument a few days prior to that.
So the good thing about this is that Choke No Joke ends up joining the stream again. And here's where the silver lining is.
That was our last conversation and you was very irate. Am I right or am I wrong?
I wouldn't say that I was irate, but I was just over having a conversation about that person who, in my opinion, does not matter and I don't want to have anything to do with. But we had that conversation after you got the money.
No, we had that conversation before the money.
No, that was after.
I'll send you the text. We can do it when we get off the phone.
See, that was beautiful to me. People coming onto a stream that had problems where there's a bigger issue at hand. And they come on there and talk about it. I think the lead attorney played a good role facilitating this, but not Tommy. Look at some of the stuff that this guy is doing on the stream.
You sitting
That's
here,
what I hate.
like
I hate
y'all
that
sitting here acting like Kwame Brown wasn't on on YouTube since 2013.
Well, no, you actually did say he was doing this to get a Charlemagne. You can't take it back. You did say that. I'm probably gonna come back at another time, but I'm enjoying this.
The sad part about this is you see a lot of grown people on here arguing, bantering against each other, all surrounding a woman who got violated. And you have all kind of other elements involved with this that shouldn't be involved. $100, this guy using this footage. But what's getting drowned in this whole conversation, I thought that people were working together to try to get this woman justice. But you got a lot of arguing. You got Tommy in the middle of this stuff. The point I'm trying to make with all of this is why the manosphere has problems. And you know one of the biggest problems of the manosphere, which always gets brought up, which is hard to get any change, it's money. $100. This guy wants the credit. This money. Oh, let me do this. I want all the money from that. And I'm like, somebody got violated here. And I do believe that there should be some compensation. That should not be the overall argument of this topic. And I thought it was really sad, but I thought the best thing about this stream is that the lead attorney was able to get them on there talking. But overall, I think it's just sad that this woman's been violated. She's trying to get justice, and it's starting to become hard to recognize who's playing who, and I'm just going to be real with that. It's hard to recognize who's really in it to get the justice, or is this about money? I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to be real. I don't see how you could watch that stream and not pull that out of watching that stream. What is this about? All right. And that's one of the problems. We talk about the problems with the manosphere over here. Y'all know that. That's one of the problems we have on the manosphere. It always comes down to money. Everything else is secondary. Change, all of that. It's all secondary. Hey, but I hope as black people we can get it together. I like YouTube. You can't talk like this on TV. TV won't let you talk like this. This woman has been violated. Me Too movement has not chimed in at all on this. And, Charmelaine's still making a living off of this. And we won't see stuff like this change unless we able to come together and talk about stuff. Not be arguing over $100 and, but I'm going to just leave it at that. Because I'm going to be real with you. For any woman, I don't know Jessica, but for any woman that's really been violated, I want justice from her. Other than that, I ain't got no dog in this fight. But the purpose of all this is to show you how people can go about trying to get some change, but look what always stops it. Money, credit, all of that. And it is what it is. But anyways, y'all know how we like to end our videos over here on Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved. Yo, pray for the manosphere. Yo, pray for the manosphere, y'all.